What's the dumbest rule you've ever been caught breaking? I moved into this new apartment complex last month where the rent was super cheap for the area. Everything seemed normal until I got the welcome packet from the property manager, a lady named Brenda, who ran the place like it was some kind of military base. The packet was seriously 32 pages long, filled with weird rules like no loud sneezing after 9 p.m. and absolutely zero microwave use after 7 p.m. I thought that last one had to be a typo or some kind of joke. Who bans microwaves at night? But on my third night living there, I found out Brenda wasn't joking around. I got home from my bartending shift at 7:20 p.m., completely exhausted and starving. All I had was a frozen burrito in the freezer, so I tossed it in the microwave and hit start. 30 seconds later, someone was pounding on my door like the building was on fire. There stood Brenda in her bathrobe, holding a clipboard and a walkie-talkie like she was some kind of security guard. "Are you heating food in there?" she demanded, trying to peek around me into my kitchen. I blinked at her, thinking she had to be kidding. She wasn't. "Microwave use after 7 p.m. disturbs the energy field of the building and causes severe insomnia for our sensitive residents," she said with a completely straight face. I apologized and explained I just got off work, but she was already writing something on her clipboard. The next morning, I had a bright yellow "strike one" notice taped to my door. I figured she'd get over it, but 3 days later I was heating up some leftover soup at 8:20 p.m. when things got really crazy. This time, Brenda didn't bother knocking. She went straight to the fire alarm panel and pulled it. Every single person in the building had to evacuate. 40-something tenants standing outside in their pajamas and slippers, while 3 fire trucks showed up with sirens blaring. When the fire chief asked what the emergency was, Brenda pointed right at me and said, "This man used the microwave." The firefighters just stared at her. One of them actually said, "Ma'am, you've got to be kidding me." But Brenda handed me a $350 fine for alarm misuse and a final warning notice. I was furious, but when I read my lease agreement, it turned out she had full enforcement rights for any building-specific rules, even the insane ones. So I decided to get creative. The next day, I bought a camping stove from a sporting goods store and set it up right in the hallway outside my apartment. If I couldn't use my microwave, I'd just cook everything with propane. The smell of my dinner traveled through the air vents to every floor. Brenda tried to write me up for hallway cooking, but other tenants were so fed up with her crazy rules that they joined in. The guy above me started grilling steaks on his balcony using an extension cord. The college kids down the hall set up a hot plate in the stairwell. Someone even bought a toaster oven and plugged it into the outlet by the mailboxes. Within a week, the building smelled like a food court, and Brenda was running around with her clipboard trying to stop everyone. She called the police twice, but they told her cooking wasn't illegal and left. She tried calling the fire department, but they were still annoyed about the fake alarm from before. Finally, enough tenants got together and filed a formal complaint with the building's parent company. They sent an inspector who found that Brenda was creating unsafe living conditions by weaponizing ridiculous policies. She was fired within 2 weeks and escorted out by security. The new manager threw out all of Brenda's weird rules on his first day. Now I can microwave my food whenever I want, and the building actually feels like a normal place to live.